This man sells the greatest soup you've ever eaten, and he is the meanest man in America. I feel very strongly about this, Becky. It's not just about soup.
Do it. What else?
New Year's Eve. Please don't make me write it.
Listen to this. Phone service in the greater Chicago area was tied up for 2 hours Christmas Eve when some kid calls a phone-in radio show and says that his dad needs a new wife. 2,000 women call the station asking for the guy's number.
Jesus.
I heard it. This kid calls up and says my dad needs a wife. And this shrinkette practically forces the guy onto the phone and says, do you want to talk about it? And he says, no, as a matter of fact, I don't. And then suddenly, for no reason at all, he starts to talk about how much he loved his wife and how he just fell in love with her, like he was one of those cows in Michigan.
What cows in Michigan?
It was on 60 Minutes. There were those cows that got zapped by stray voltage. No one knows why. And maybe it was Wisconsin. But anyway, I was listening to him talk about how much he loved his wife, and suddenly I was crying. It's like what happens when I watch those phone company ads. I don't have to see the whole thing, just the part where the daughter gives the mother the refrigerator with a big red bow on it.
Yes, the Polaroid commercial. 2 5-year-olds at their grandfather's birthday party.
They're making the album.
Oh, with all the glue. That kills me. You should write something about this.
About what?
Whatever it is.
I'll tell you what it is. 2,000 women calling a radio station for a husband. There are a lot of desperate women out there looking for love.
Especially over a certain age.
You know it's easier to be killed by a terrorist than it is to get married over the age of 40.
That is not true. That statistic is not true.
That's right. It's not true. But it feels true.
It feels true because it is true.
There's practically a whole book about how that statistic is not true.
Calm down, you brought it up.
I did not, Wyatt. Did you even read that book?
Did anybody read that book all the way through?
Are you two finished? Fine, now, where were we?
If someone is a widower, why do they say that he was widowed? Why don't they say he was widowered? I was just wondering.